only on Local 3 News.
Presented by CHI Memorial.
Big stories, big views, only from Local Sky 3.
If you are watching the show this morning thinking, I want this to be the summer that maybe I finally get in shape and can feel proud of myself by the pool. First of all, you should feel good about yourself no matter what, because you are you. But if you are looking to shed a few pounds, you're in luck this morning, because Jack Silberman is here with In Shape MD, and the smiling face he brought with him this morning is Katie McCauley, who, listen, this is not an untrue statement. She's lost 40 pounds in 90 days.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's typical, Jack, of what you see, all because of the program that you have at In Shape, right?
It sure is. It sure is. But it's always delightful to have them share their story, because it becomes real to so many people when you actually see where they left, where they started, and where they are today.
Okay, so Katie, I want to throw it to you, because you probably heard me kind of pause a minute as I was making that statement that if you want to feel good about yourself out by the pool, that's the wrong thing to say, because we all ought to feel good about who we are. But I'm hoping that your decision to go to Jack was motivated by a desire for yourself, not somebody else.
Actually, it was. It was a much needed change for me. It all began when I was put on a bunch of medications, and it made me gain 60 pounds in less than 8 months.
Wow.
And I just kept gaining. And I used to have an issue with trying to gain weight, but it really had an effect on me mentally, physically, and I'm just so grateful for Jack, and I'm grateful for In Shape MD. Everybody there is amazing.
It must have been fantastic for you if you have lived your life essentially as someone who didn't struggle with your weight, and then you had this issue, to not have to wait a long time. To have him say, we can do this quickly, must have been an added benefit for you.
It was. It definitely was. It gave me motivation. With how much weight I was losing so quickly, it gave me the motivation to want to keep on going and do everything that it took to continue that progress.
I'm sure, Jack, you and I don't talk very often about the psychology behind what you do, but it's very much there. And if you've never struggled with your weight before or watched someone who has, you can't understand it. But it's terrible to think you have to be excited when you're losing a pound a month and you just want to get there.
Yeah, that shift is so incredible. When people start really seeing that scale move from something they're actually doing to make it happen, boy, it really elevates that motivation. And internally, she just took over and started to, she adopted the whole concept and said, okay, this is what I need to do to get there. So we went through basically 3 phases. She went through the rapid weight loss phase, which she ended up losing 40 pounds in 90 days. Then we go into the stabilization phase, where we actually make sure that the weight's not climbing back up. So we do that first, and then we go right into the transformation phase, which is ongoing, where we're actually working on changing the shape of our body and continuing to put those habits in place.
So the rapid weight loss phase, I'm guessing that's the HCG.
It is.
Okay, so what is stabilization? Kind of learning how to eat on a regular basis
That's
on your
exactly
own?
right. We elevate her calories. We put her on either a fat burner or an energy shot to get her levels up a little bit. We start adding a little bit of exercise in to stabilize the weight, so it learns how to live off the HCG. And so once we stabilize this, then we start bringing her in a little bit more aggressively with some training.
We had a chance to talk a little bit, Katie, before the lights went on, so I happen to know that you have a sister who lives in Lebanon. When she saw you after you began this program, was she surprised at how quickly you changed?
She was very surprised, actually. All of my sisters and my entire family, just on Mother's Day, they were floored by the progress that I've made, and they're very proud. And I even have people at work, including higher up managers, that are wanting to know what my secret is, and it's really not a secret, because I tell everybody.
You just did. You just did.
I did.
So did it help you? So you said that this weight gain began over about a 8-month period, 6-month period?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It did, and it just kept going.
Did your personality change? Like, did you feel like you had lost yourself?
I did, and I truly did. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do it. I felt that I lost all control. And so now what my goal is, since I have been losing this weight, I've actually come off of a couple of medications. I also I have a heart condition and high blood pressure, and I'm working my way down off of the blood pressure medication. So I went from taking 11 pills at night and some during the day to now at night I take about 5 actually, yes.
Wow.
So I'm excited, and my goal is to completely get off all of the medications by the time I get to my goal weight. Eventually, that is something that I think is necessary, and I feel that losing this weight, getting healthy, is just gonna take me to a place where I'm not gonna need to be on any medications.
And you're so young. I know we've had a chance to be out to visit you before at the studio, and you have people of all ages. I mean, you have people in, I think, in their 80s even doing this
every
with
age,
you.
every age. If you need to lose weight, obviously, it doesn't matter what age you are. We can help you do that. What's interesting about Katie, and she started to share about her sisters, one of her sisters actually worked for us as in a medical staff.
Oh, really?
And told Katie, said, look, I see this every day. I see people losing weight. This could be something that could help you. So her sister was initially responsible for bringing Katie in the door.
Wow.
And then, of course, a lot of thankfulness for that, right, Katie?
Well, okay, so 2 questions for you, Katie. How long after your sister began telling you about it did you contact Jack? Were you a little bit skeptical at first?
I actually wasn't skeptical. I trusted her, and it was within about 2 or 3 weeks that I went to Jack and went to InShape MD, and it went from there. So
and you would encourage other people to do the same?
I really would. One of the things that that got me, that surprised me, was how much they do at the beginning stages before you even, they find out what your best option is for losing weight or whatever the issue may be, by doing blood work, extensive blood work to make sure that you're healthy. They check everything, your kidneys, all of that, your liver, and hormones. I didn't even think that I had that many hormones. So I found out real quick that there's more than just estrogen and testosterone. So that shows what I know.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know what you do for a living, but Jack might have to hire you.
Yes,
She's awesome.
yes.
Okay, so if people want to do the same thing and have the same success story as Katie, just call you?
Just remember, it's a 3-step process. First, we're going to rapidly help you lose the weight. We're going to take care of that first, concentrate on that first and alone. And then once we do that, then we're going to meet again and do an evaluation and take a look at what's next for you. And that's usually where we want to stabilize things.
Okay.
And then we'll take one more look and see if we can transform your body the way you want to make it look.
And here's where you all start. It's by calling him at InShape MD, 475-5088. You also can go online to InShapeMDChattanooga.com and just get ready, because you heard Katie say it. It's going to be thorough. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Technology is everywhere. Count on Local 3 News to help you get the most of it. Ways to make life easier, save some money, and protect your family from scams. What the Tech? Weekdays at 5:30.